when I was imagining this hope that does not disappoint that Pastor Mike shared about this morning. And he writes about the hope that preserved slaves came from the gospel. He said, their positive belief in the dawn was the growing edge of hope that kept the slaves faithful amid the most barren and tragic circumstances. Faith in the dawn arises from the faith that God is good and just. When one believes this, he knows that the contradictions of life are neither final nor ultimate. He can walk through the dark night with the radiant conviction that all things work together for good for those who love God. Even the most starless midnight may herald the dawn of some great fulfillment. No matter how dark the night gets, the morning is coming. No matter how difficult the challenges of life are, the morning is coming because there is a promise that we have from God. That is such a sure hope that we can have joy and peace and perseverance and shine like a light in this world. And believe me, this world so desperately needs that light to shine in a greater way. One of my personal deep convictions is that as we transform the church of Jesus Christ, that's when we will see the transformation of the world. I think one of the problems that we often have in the church of Jesus Christ is that we look to all the things the enemy is doing, and we have no expectation that things can change. Because look at how the children are being indoctrinated. Or look about how the morals of society are going this direction. Or look how corrupt politics are. And we keep looking outside and we evaluate it in this perspective that we cannot do anything because we don't have the political influence. We don't have authority over the schools. We don't have authority over the big businesses where they're often using people as tools for the bottom line. So what can we do? We feel like we have no power. But God in His Word has made it clear that the church is the head and not the tail. That there's a leaven that can leaven the whole lump. There's a seed that is a mustard seed that can grow and become the greatest tree that the birds of the air will take its nest under. There is a throne of grace that we can storm and go to the King of Kings and the Lord of Lords, to our Father in heaven, who spoke words and the worlds leapt into being. The God of heaven who said, grave, you shall not prevail, but Jesus shall rise again. That is the God that we serve, and that is what He has made us as the church of Jesus Christ. But when we lose that identity, when we lose that hope, when we lose that conviction, when we lose that understanding, instead of being the head, instead of being salt, we're like salt that loses its saltiness, or light that's hidden under a bushel. But it all begins with changing our mind, turning and changing our mind, seeing things differently, daring to believe again, daring to hope again, daring to have that expectant faith that God will move.